Well, we're back with Christophe Cervacel from Atelier Cologne, and we're still at Neiman Marcus, as you can tell. But I asked him a question about, because the two new ones obviously always have my attention. I get so enraptured with different fragrances. So what were the two, I asked him what were the top sellers, and so he's going to talk to us about those two, because they're not the ones you would think they would be, which I find very unusual.
Absolutely. So first of all, these two perfumes have won, each of them, an award. Orange Sanguine won the award for the best fragrance launch in the French market in 2011, and Rose Anonyme won in 2012.
Wow.
So, but worldwide, we have really, I think, with these two fragrances, so these are our two best sellers. The other ones, and that was your question as well, are equally selling well. So it means that that was our dream, to be able to create a collection with a diversity where people can really find what they like. So apart from these two, the rest are really equal, which is good, because it means that we really have a customer for each of our perfume, which was very important for us. But Orange Sanguine and Rose Anonyme are, I would say, the most popular until now. Orange Sanguine is a very elegant blood orange scent.
Right.
You have sandalwood inside, you have jasmine, geranium. So it's a kind of, people, when they start to smell the fragrance, smell the citrus very strongly. But after applying on the skin, they understand that the fragrance is more complex than just a citrus one, and this is what they like. So they get a very fresh and citrusy fragrance, but the sandalwood and the jasmine are bringing the elegance of a fantastic perfume. So this is what they like, and worldwide this is still a very strong perfume. The concentration is 15%, so this is as well making a difference with the traditional eau de cologne. Mm-hmm. And this is the bestseller of our original collection, the first 5 Cologne Absolue that we launched now 4 years ago. Rose Anonyme is the bestseller of the second collection that we call Matière Absolue collection. It means that we wanted to play with very famous ingredients like vanilla, amber, vetiver, patchouli, and so rose. And this rose is a very unusual rose. First of all, it's a Turkish rose, so it's quite mysterious and intense. We use at the same time the Absolue de Rose and the rose essential oil. So it's true, rose is one of the only ingredients that you can extract with 2 modes, and this is very good. And of course the oud wood and the ginger and the bergamot are giving a very special personality to it. The story behind them is as well probably making them as popular as they are. In the orange we talk about friends and family having breakfast in the morning.
I remember that.
In Italy, nearby the sea. So all what I'm saying is not exactly described in the bottle, but the essential part is there. And I think this is really, this was for us a special moment that we wanted to put in a bottle. And people, I think, like really much the story and the moment that is associated to it. And so I think, and the fragrance is so perfectly representing that as a first contact with Orange Sanguine, you fall in love quite immediately with it. The story behind Rose Anonyme is about a woman stealing diamonds, so it's totally different. She does steal diamonds not for herself, but she resells them and gives money to the poor people. So it's a kind of a Robin Hood, a modern Robin Hood. Of course, very elegant, wear black, high heels. And this is the visible part of the story. The hidden part of the story that you understand when you actually read the story of Vetiver Fatal is that she's secretly in love with a man who is the man she cannot fall in love with, because he is the secret agent #1, she's the public enemy #1. So she would love to meet him. Actually, she would love him to catch her. So this is why she leaves that rose when she takes the diamond with her perfume on it, so that he knows that it's her who has actually stolen the diamond. So his dream is to catch her because he would like to meet her, and her dream is to meet with him. But actually, they both know that the day they meet, it might be terrible, because he should, if he's really, I would say, doing his mission,
his job,
he should put her in jail.
Yes.
And of course, he feels that he will not be able to. So it's the story of an impossible love between a thief, a wonderful thief, and a very romantic secret agent. So I guess people love as well that story, and they love, generally speaking, the fact that our perfume are inspired by a moment of life that we write ourselves with Sylvie, my partner, wife in life, and co-founder of Atelier Cologne. And I think it's as well, independently from the perfume, as well the reason why these two are the bestseller. And probably Vetiver is starting to become the bestseller for men. So, voila.
Exactly. And I remember, because we have the video of you when you read the thing about Orange Sanguine, and all of the first group that we did, all those videos, which really they're still up there on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's still really a very different point of our perfumes. These little stories that in the end are the inspiration for us, but as well are a very nice way to share our passion with our customer, because they buy as well the story. They do not only buy the perfume, they buy the story as well. And it's helping them when we present them, for new customer, when we present our perfume, it's actually helping them to make a choice. Because they do not only choose what is good on their skin, they choose as well the kind of moments they feel they are the closer to. So am I more kind of artist, like with Langue Infinie, which tell the story of a writer? I am more, I would say, a kind of adventure, which is featured in Bois Blanc. Voila. So it's really part of who we are, and so we're going on telling our story as well with gold and silver collection. But I let you discover them on our website or in the stores where we are sold. It's as always written in the back of the bottle, so it's very easy to discover them.
It's worth people. You need to go check out this fragrance collection. If you haven't seen it before, go back to YouTube and go look at the first 5 videos that we did, or 6. I think we did 6, and then go in and take a look at on Neiman Marcus, or whether Lucky Scent, or wherever you want to go, or at the Atelier Cologne website, and look at the different fragrances, because there's more than one fragrance that will capture your attention. I can't, to me, every time I find out there's something new, it's like I want to dive into that scent. And you do capture, those stories actually do entice a person to want to try. It gives them an insight into who you and Sylvie are too.
Yeah, it's a very personal. The stories are very personal, even if they don't necessarily talk about our life.
Sorry about that, people. We ran out of memory, so we had to go back and pull out another memory card. So you and Sylvie create the stories, you create the fragrances, and how long did it take you to create the silver iris and the gold leather?
It's regarding the fragrance, the stories, or the metallization.
The metallization.
The metallization, we had a contact with this company already 5 years ago.
Okay.
And it was at that time still research and development. And we actually called them at the beginning of this year to check on the status of the development.
Okay.
And they said, now we sure we can offer you a high quality metallization with the patent we developed now 5 years ago. So we said, okay, good. So it's the right time. And
how about the story?
The story, we wrote them as usual in a trip. And let's say that it takes us never more than a week to write the story, but we have to find the right moment. So it's not like we say, okay, now we need to write and we make it. We have to be, very often it's when we are traveling. both of us, which does not happen so often because we have 5 kids. So we tend to
Whole house.
we tend to travel separately. So I'm here today, and Sylvie is in France. At the end of next week, she's going to Asia, and I stay in Paris. So when we have we still have we have very nice mothers that can keep the kids sometimes, and it helps us to travel, the two of us alone. And this is when during this special moment usually that we write the story. So we tend to write in a very condensed time, a little bit under pressure, and this is when we find out this story.
Okay, and then how long did it take to create the fragrances?
Oh, the fragrance is much longer. This is a process which is very different, where you need to try, you need to let some time pass between two testings, and so I would say between 2 and 3 years for each fragrance. So we always have work in progress on many ingredients, and so this is very different from the story writing. Story writing is more short timing, very intense, and the fragrance development takes a longer time, and the date is ready. It's like we feel it's ready. But
right. When you come to the point of after all the different iterations and how long you've tried to wait to see how long it's going to, what the dry down is eventually.
Yeah, the rose, for example, was a fragrance that was ready, but for several months, probably 6 months, we didn't touch it. And one day Sylvie put it on herself, and I told her, "What do you wear today? It's amazing on you." And she told me, "That's the rose that we stopped to work on 6 months ago." And I said, "Okay, I think it's great, so we need to do it." So you see, you cannot really time the fragrance development. It's a matter of finding the right moment as well when it's finished.
Exactly. People, we'd like to thank Christophe Cervacel for his time today. He's going to be busy here talking to other people. And you should go online or go to a store near you that actually has this collection and look at this and buy something. And then if you buy a full-size bottle, then also get the little travel size, because that's gives you a chance to try something else that doesn't happen to be the same fragrance. So it makes for great gifts. Great gifts for yourself. So thank you, Christophe.
Thank you very much.
And this is Stevie for the LA Story saying see you soon.